Hi everyone, and welcome back to my next bit of bite-sized tech for busy GPs. Today we are going to look at electronic referrals, and this would be particularly useful when you've got new GPs coming in and new admin staff that need induction. So I'm just going to talk through how to do an electronic referral because this is where we're all going these days. We don't do paper anymore. So it's called ERS. Okay, so what we would do on our EMIS clinical system, we have to do this live and you need a smart card to do it, which is why my registrar has very kindly agreed to put together some screenshots and I've grayed out all of the patient identifiable information. So when you have a patient that needs a referral, we would go into this add button over here, scroll down to referrals, NHS referral, and in this particular instance we needed a 2-week rule, so you choose 2-week rule. Otherwise you've got the option of routine or urgent. This is how you create the referral. Once you've clicked that, it would come up with the selection criteria. So you choose the specialty in this drop down menu here. 2-week rules have their own specialty, but you can scroll down and find the one you need. And next you would go to clinic type and choose the actual clinic that you wish for. You can refine and narrow your search even further by searching for a named clinician or clinical terms or distance or wait times, etc. But frankly, that's a waste of time, and I think it's probably the minimum clicks is probably the easiest. The only necessity would be the specialty and the clinic types. So you choose that. Once you've clicked appointment search, let me go back and show you. Then you click, once you've done that, you click search all here down at the bottom, and it would bring you up with this appointment search page. The orange arrow shows what we've chosen, but there is a selection here of different hospitals. You can choose the one that the patient wants, or if the patient's undecided or you don't know, you can choose a variety, and the patient, when they call up to book, they can choose where they want to go. Once you've selected that, it would bring up, so for instance, there are some clinics where you can actually book an appointment there and then on the system, or some that would just be a triage service where it would be deferred to provider. On the ones where you can book face-to-face, you could then tick and press appointment search, and it will come up with appointments for you to book. This is pertinent for 2-week rules mainly, but nowadays I think with the triage systems, mostly what we tend to do is pick a clinic and click request instead, and it's up to the hospital to triage and then contact the patient with an appointment. So if you had clicked appointment search, it would come up with a selection of appointments that you can choose. And in this case, we've chosen ours and click book. It will ask you to then confirm the patient details, which you can press OK. And finally, this orange arrow shows to submit. You can also look at the sort of summary of what you've done. So once you've submitted the referral, you can then print it and send it to the patient, or you can, if you click on this print, it would come up with the file which you can download as PDF, and then you can attach and send it as a text message on AccuRx or any of your SMS provider platforms. The patient would then receive the referral letter with a unique reference number, and it's called a UBRN. And using that, they would be able to book their own appointments via the hospital system. Once you've done the printout or sent the letter to the patient, you have to choose one or of the following two on the drop-down menus at the bottom here. So if we're happy with the referral, we have to tick I have selected a service and click OK. If you decided that you didn't want to do the referral after all, have to say I have abandoned the process and click OK. If you don't do this action, the ERS will remain on your work list and can't get completed or deleted. So it's quite important to finish this action first. It's difficult to get back into it to complete. So once you've completed the referral, it'll come up with a task list for you to create the referral letter. You could either send a task to yourself or another member of the team to create the referral letter later, but certainly in this sort of time when we are doing most of the work remotely anyway, it makes sense to just do the letter there and then. It doesn't take too long. You can check your referral codes. So under clinical term here, it should already give you the code, but if it isn't, you can click on the magnifying glass and choose the code, the referral code that you need to put on. Then you click create now and that will create the letter for you. This box will come up. So on this box, you've got several options. Either we can do add referral letter, which means that we need to pick one later. This is usually really used when you have a form to fill in, such as the Pan-London form, or some musculoskeletal forms, or certain specialties require certain forms, like CANS and mental health, for instance. So we would do that. You'd also have the option of free texting a referral letter. So if you unchecked that box, this free text box will open. And if you know the patient very well and you can type quite easily the referral letter, you might as well just add it in the free text here. The final option is if you've already written a referral letter previously and saved it somewhere else, then you can say, see attached referral letter, and then under clinical contents, you'll be able to attach your pre-written referral letter. I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, so if you had ticked create a referral letter, it will ask you to create, to choose from a template. So on this tab here, referral letter, click select template, which is this hyperlink. It would open up with the new patient letter templates. We may already have some populated here, or if you can't find it here, click the magnifying glass again and then search for your referral letter. For us, we use the Ardens forms, and the Pan-London forms are located within the Ardens documents. So we could either scroll down and search for it that way, or you could free text up here and search for individual letters by name. So once that would open up the letter, you can create it, save it, and close it. Once that's been closed, we move on to the next one, which is clinical contents. Now, I can't show you any of these tabs here because it does contain identifiable information. But if you click on each one of these tabs, it should come up with the patient's medication, which we can attach, consultations, so you can tick whatever consultations you'd like to attach to your referral, problem list, investigation. So if we've done ECGs, X-rays, any lab results that need to be attached, it's really useful to tick them and put them in as well. And right at the bottom here, you've got the bit that says attachments. Now, if we click that, all of the attachments that are saved on the patient's EMIS records will come up to tick. Then we can choose if we've done a previous referral letter and saved it on there, we can tick that. Or if there was a previous hospital clinic letter that we wanted to attach for information, then we can tick that as well. Once all of that is done, we can click authorize and send. And if you're not quite happy with it and you want to come back to it later, you can just click save as draft. And if you're an admin person and need it signed off by somebody, there would be an extra bit that says send for signing. But because I'm a clinician and I am able to authorize it, then this box turns up. Otherwise, if you're an administrator, you'll get a separate box. Okay, so if you had saved as draft or sent for signing, the referral would be sent to the task list. So if you go on the left side here, you can see the workflow where we've got tasks, lab results, medicines, and then under referrals management, we've got a list of things here. And it shows here that we have some pending letters to complete. So if you clicked on the pending letter, then it would come up as these two, if you can see on the edge here, there are two letters here. If we click on each one, it would open a box up just like this for us to complete, authorize and send. So that's how we get into our pending referral letters. Okay, And finally, if you're really happy to send and you just want to have a look at preview before you send, if you click on the tab that says preview, this is what the letter will actually look like. And when we scroll down, you'll see problem being referred would be the free text area that you've been writing down, or there'll be an attached letter at the end. And that is it in a nutshell. I hope it's been useful, and we'll see you again next time. Thank you.